Sign up to the SBR Network and use your free daily bet points to earn real-world prizes. Click on the page and start winning now.
Hi, welcome to SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing all of the Sweet 16 games from the 2014 NCAA tournament with professional handicappers. And right now, one of my favorite returning guests, Troy West from allplayswin.com, who specializes in West Coast games, Pac-12 teams. He's going to cover the UCLA-Florida game with us. Troy, thanks for being back with us.
Hey, thanks a lot, Pete. Appreciate being back on the show. As we get to the Sweet 16, some very, very tough matchups, but some matchups I feel like we got some pretty good leans on here, Pete.
Yeah, look, give a plug for allplayswin.com because, look, we all love covering the NCAA tournament, but it's not necessarily the best place to find betting value. I know you're killing it in the minor tournaments, right?
We are. We're doing really well in the NIT. Came away with another sweep last night. Just a game or two over 500 in March Madness, as we all know. You know, some tough upsets, some tough lines, but yeah, we feel a lot better going into the Sweet 16. I feel like the matchups become a little bit more true than they do in the first couple of rounds. So come take a look, allplayswin.com, 24/7 customer service. We've been on quite the tear throughout the course of the season, and especially in college basketball and the Pac-12 conference.
All right, congratulations, and thanks for taking these tough lines. You know, and here we go. Here we have one of them, right? UCLA, Florida minus 4.5. Now, you know, Florida obviously one of the class teams in the entire country right now. You know, maybe they don't cover their 20-point spreads against teams like Albany, but then when they have mid-range spreads against better teams, they tend to get very comfortable wins, as they got against Pitt last game. UCLA, though, how can you argue with them? You know, 23-12 against the spread on the year. They've covered 5 straight, but this is a huge step up in class, of course, from what they've played in the first 2 games of this tournament. You know, this is just an impossible line for me to handicap. Maybe it's one of the last vestiges of squareness inside of me, but I would have to go with Florida minus 4.5 if I had to make a pick right now. Let's see what you have to say.
Vegas, I think, made a huge mistake. 4.5 seems way too low. I got to go with Florida. This is a team that has proved it the entire season against pretty darn good competition. UCLA, yes, they are playing good basketball right now, but come on, Stephen F. Austin wasn't much of an opponent. And Tulsa, come on now, these are the 2 easiest games of anybody in the tournament, and now they got to get tested against a team like Florida, who has done nothing but win. We know Billy Donovan's been here a time or two. UCLA was very up and down throughout the course of the year in the Pac-12. Again, I know they're playing good basketball, and they finished the year on a strong note, and it's tough to bet against those teams. But 4.5 points against the best team in the country, I don't see it, Pete. I think Florida gets this game by 10+. I got to go with the Gators in this, and I think it's going to be an easy cover. My only scare is why 4.5, but I got to go with the Gators.
There you go. You know, all the people who say you always pick Seattle teams, you always pick the Pac-12 teams, not true at all. Here you go, picking heavily against UCLA here. Yeah, I'm in agreement. Florida minus 4.5. I mean, what could happen that would make UCLA take this one down to the wire? What are their main strengths?
You know, they do play good defense, and if Florida has an off night shooting the 3 ball, this is a team that depends pretty heavily on the 3. If they have a tough time shooting the 3 ball, UCLA could keep it close. But, man, I'll tell you, athletically, you're going to see Florida outrun this team. If they put on the press, I think Florida's guards are much better than UCLA guards, and even their post play is better. So the only way I see this game close is if Florida shows up and just can't find the net. So I think that the chances of that happening are slim to none. It hasn't happened often this year. You got to roll with the Gators here, Pete.
All right, Troy West, I completely agree with you. UCLA, sure, they could cover. Sure, they could win. But is it a 50-50 proposition? I don't think so. I think the edge is with Florida minus 4.5. I agree with you. Thanks so much, Troy.